All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Going live. Live. We are live.
Mike V's in the chat. He says, I was just getting into my show.
Zinga zoo. Zoopity whoopity. Oh, I can insert ads whenever.
Just start spamming a bunch of.
I know. I should just. We gotta get our money.
Oh man, there we are. We're on YouTube. Well, I think it might just be Mike out there, but for the folks who pop in and join us, thanks for bearing with us. We're using new tech live stream, and we had kind of a little fiasco trying to get that set up. I don't know what that is, but
it's the software's fault. Come on, technology. Skynet. This is the beginning of Skynet, folks.
If I was a person, I'd kick him in the crotch. But we're live now. So welcome in. We're going to play the theme and fire right into the show as planned. So here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the voice and the face of Cody Michael. I'm joined, as always, by Seth I.
It's me.
And Jared Buckendall.
Wow, 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 wow.
We're live. We're out here on YouTube at the JBuck Studios YouTube page at Jared Buckendall. Here at the Entertainment Outhouse. It's been a while since we have been live and done the Outhouse, so we're excited to be back with y'all. Main thing today, we're going to do a tournament. We're going to take a look at the movies so far in 2022 and pick what's been our favorites before we turn the chapter from summer movie season into, I guess, fall Oscar season. Is Oscar season starting, or is it not till, like, when is Oscar season?
Usually about 3 months from now, 2 months from now. End
like
of
the
October.
end of November, or
yeah, November.
Yeah.
Right about the time Panther comes out. Sounds right.
Lordy.
Let's take a quick look at the schedule today.
Let's get into
When's
it.
You're not going to see
What's
too
for
much
lunch
here. We're going to get into Sheet Tweets in just
Wednesday.
a moment. We're going to play our game of the week. This week is Tournament of Trivial Topics, as we discussed. We'll get you one more thing, and then we'll get you out of here. Looking for a tight 60-minute show. And I do want to take a second and thank our beautiful anchor wankers who are kicking the show a couple bucks a month to keep it going and growing. Really appreciate all these folks for sticking with us. It's been a busy, crazy, wild, erratic, and erotic 3, 4, 5, 6 months. And so hopefully we're in a place now where we'll be able to consistently do this live show, but we haven't been able to for a while, and we appreciate you guys continuing your wankership and allowing us to come back to this. So we're gonna have some fun today and talk about some movies here on the Outhouse. So also want to remind folks to head out to the website sociallyconstipatedpod.com. You're going to find links to all of our episodes, links to the topics within those episodes. You can comment out there. You can join our mailing. Also, hit a button on the homepage to go and become an anchor wanker, and then you can get on that lovely little graphic from just a second ago. Jay, off a little trip. You went down to Austin, Texas. I know you have a story for us. Is it for one more thing, or should we kick it off?
We can I can do one more thing. That's a nice tease to keep the viewers around. Also, just again, behind the scenes little work. We're using different software. And Cody, whenever you do put up anything on the screen, it actually fills in the 4th rectangle. So if you do want to have something up the whole time, feel free to.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. If anything, just put like a 10-second loop of someone doing like
Cartwheels.
a dance or something. I don't know. Yeah. What'd you say?
Cartwheels.
Cartwheels, there we go. At first I thought you said Kegels, and I was like, I don't think we can show that.
We can. I proved it with YouTube.
Okay.
I'm not sure you could show it, even if you had someone willing to show YouTube live their Kegel exercise. I don't think there's visible. I don't think you can. I don't think you could watch someone do that. Maybe is Mike still out there?
I mean, I feel like you'd have to. You could do it, but you'd have to wear like yoga pants or something over it. You can't just show it.
I'm just. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like even if.
Oh, that's what I thought you were saying.
I don't know how to not. I wish I had the ability to just bail on this, but I can't.
No, we gotta go.
I don't think you're gonna see. I don't think you're gonna see any like. There's no motion. It's all internal.
Okay. Clearly, I don't know how any of that works.
Do you? This is so not what we intended to talk about. But I know you don't think that like you don't think that it's like if you turned your head onto your side and flapped your mouth. You don't think that's what it would look like.
The Homer Simpson.
All right, Mike V tells us he's getting some motion, so he does have the strongest vagina on this side of the Mississippi. I know.
Holy shit!
Wow.
So, I think that's unique for him. It's a good thing.
This is something.
It's a good thing we don't have in our live stream. I did not intend on talking about Kegels during our entertainment outhouse. I guess we are in the outhouse, so.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring this thing back to some semblance of normality. Seth, I hope you got a Chic tweet lined up for us. We got to check in with the Iron Sheik here.
I call you a punk.
Well, normally in the outhouse we don't have Chic tweets, but I did find one that was movie related today. So I do have one, and it's Iron Sheik. He's kind of doing what we're doing today with the bracket. But his is only a two movie bracket, so we just got to pick the winner here. Here he says, "What?" And none of these movies have been seen yet. They're neither have been released, but we just got to go based off title. He says, "What movie better, Aquaman 2 or Hulk Hogan Go Fuck Yourself Forever 4?"
Dude, 4? Did you say 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm. Never mind. I was gonna
They
say,
kind of lost
3,
me
I
after
would've
2,
picked
but
it. They lost you after.
is 3 when they go to
I forget. I always have to be the guy that defends Hulk Hogan, et cetera, 3, because a lot of people don't like it as much as
Go
the first
Fuck
2.
Yourself
And I
Forever.
understand why you don't like it. Yeah, Go Fuck Yourself Forever 3. I understand why folks don't like it.
Which
but it's like-
HHGYFY.
Well, one thing, the naming convention, that should be the name of the 4th one. Forever. Come on.
You know what? Actually,
GFY. Yeah.
do you remember talking about this? I was
That's what it was.
livid.
Yeah,
when
Bad Boys Forever, right?
Bad Boys Forever, or Bad
Yep.
Boys for Life. Bad Boys for Life was the recent one, and and they called it For Life. They didn't have faith that they were going to get a 4th. They did money. I think they could do a 4th one. Well, maybe not now.
It did money.
Did very money. Lots of money.
Cash money.
Let's bully.
All right. What was the other movie? Aquaman 2?
Aquaman's
2.
2.
Which
Well,
I-
Aquaman's 2 got breaking news from earlier. It got moved all the way to the Christmas of next year.
Good. Hope it doesn't come out. Don't want to see it.
When was it going to be?
Who cares?
Who
cares?
That's a good question. I don't know. Shazam got moved too. I think Shazam was supposed to be like December 25th, and that one got moved to like March something. And
What?
then the Aquaman's Take Me by the Hand, Mr. Aquaman, got moved all the way to next December. Which, by the way, I don't know, Seth, if you were in on this conversation, but that Take Me by the Hand, Mr. Whatever Man, that's lyrics from a song.
What song?
I didn't know this
I don't
unless
remember.
it was like inceptioned into my brain.
So you don't remember the song though?
Oh no, I know the song. It's called Ocean Man. and I'm
By
pretty
who?
sure it's from like the SpongeBob movie or something. Yeah.
Oh, that would make sense. Because
Yeah.
it's like a deep musically, it's like a crazy deep cut. But I've never really.
Yeah.
This is probably going to surprise people. I don't think I've ever watched actually the SpongeBob movies. I've seen parts of them, but
How many are
Whoa.
there?
there's 2 or 3 I think by now.
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie 3D, the SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, the SpongeBob SquarePants Sandy Cheeks.
Wait,
Does
I thought
Dallas.
this. I thought
I was buying
Battle
it.
for
I was buying it right
Bikini
up
Bottom
until
was
there.
the video game. I thought Battle for Bikini Bottom was the video game.
I think it's a video game.
Yeah. Come on.
Leave it to Seth to lie about SpongeBob. What are we doing? What are we doing? All right.
Yes.
Well, we got Hulk Hogan, Go Fuck Yourself, Jabroni 3.
Go fuck yourself forever. 4.
Oh, Go Fuck Yourself. Go Fuck Yourself Forever. I forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Move on from this. The hot take, and I'm not the scale of, if it's a scale from 0 to 100, how much I believe this. It's not high. Here's my hot take. Aquaman 2.
Anchorman?
Aquaman 2 will be better than Shazam 2.
No.
That's my theory.
Wrong.
Shazam 2 is gonna, for whatever reason, I just have a suspicion, is gonna be stupid.
I mean,
I don't
even
know
if it
why.
is stupid, Aquaman's going to suck because the first one sucked and this next one's going to suck.
Okay. Well,
Suck.
see, we have a difference of opinion on the first movie then. I
Suck.
enjoyed it. I don't think it's a great
Suck.
film, but I enjoyed it.
Suck.
Jared, break the tie. Does it rock or suck?
Which one?
Aquaman.
I think there's some fun parts.
But
I'm gonna have to lean more towards suck. I don't know. I just remember them like going into a desert, and I'm like, "But you're a fish man. What are you doing in the desert, man?"
You guys are. Every hero has to get taken out of their element. You've seen it happen, you know? In his case, literally taken out of his element.
Zing. Yeah, but
But I agree with you,
sand
though. When I
is
saw
the
that-
water of a desert, of the desert. Yes.
Nailed it.
You got it backwards. It's water is the sand of the sea. Is what they. That's the very common phrase.
What
The sea
is a
of the universe.
phrase?
Doink the doink.
Sorry, Dad.
You actually crushed the timing on that. All right. Sheik tweets. Shouts out to the Iron Sheik, _Iron Sheik on Twitter.
I call you a punk.
Alrighty then. We are
All aboard.
all aboard the game train. We're gonna do a little debating, and folks in the chat, it looks like it's gonna be pretty easy for someone to take home a prize here, because we got an opportunity coming up in just a second, part of our tournament of trivial topics.
A tournament of trivial topics.
Fight!
Tight.
Wrong one.
Very excited for this tournament. It's gonna be a little different than usual. But we got our bracket up here. We're gonna be debating some movies, which I don't know that we've done this really in any forum in the past. I know we've done shows, and a number of other random things. Most recently, summer food items.
Ooh,
which is a really
yeah.
fun episode. If you haven't heard that one, roll it back a few weeks, and there's some good shit in there. But Seth, why don't you let the folks at home know how we're gonna tackle this particular tournament?
Yes, we got a tournament, 8 movies here. We're each going to nominate 2 apiece, which if you've taken at least, like elementary school math, you can probably, guess that means there's 6 movies that we'd be coming up with. 2 times 3 equals 6. You're welcome. That leaves 2 spots for the audience. So the audience here, the chat, will nominate 2 additional movies after we've selected our 6 movies as a show. So those who enter a suggestion in the chat and we choose it may get a little prize action there. So Fire away some suggestions. We'll be doing this, so just fire them away while we're nominating our choices, so then we can pick 2 at the end. So just throw a bunch out there that you think are the best movies of the year, and then we may choose them, and you may get
Do it. Throw them in the
reward.
chat. Do it.
Does anyone remember who won the last game between you two?
Ooh.
I
what
still
did
think
we
Cody's
play?
winning.
I was on a streak. We just played. Are you talking about the last game we played, or the last game we played on an episode that's been released? Because I think those might be
Okay, so
different
there's still
answers.
some banked ones.
I think. Well, actually, I think I better go first. You guys have seen a lot more movies than me, and I don't want you to take all the ones that I've seen. Does that sound fair?
Well, and that's the
Sounds
thing.
good.
I'm scrolling through, and I'm like, I don't even remember what came out this year. But I will say, fun fact, on May 7th, I watched Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie of the day.
Did you? Have you guys ever gone back? Power Rangers from 17.
No. I love that movie, though.
The closest
I
thing
enjoyed
that
it.
I've done to that is Jared and I played the Power Rangers fighting game, and that one of the characters was like the blue character from that.
Saber-tooth Tiger!
Not that one.
That game is so... Okay, a complete side note. That game is complete chaos because there's no like style, like not style guide, but like there's a random ass character from like season 7. There's 2 characters from season 1. There's one from the movies. There's one from the most recent movie. There's one from like Turbo
book.
Time Travel Redux Part 2, you know? Doesn't
I don't
make
know
any
what game you're
sense.
talking about. All of a sudden, I thought I did.
So there's a like basically a Street Fighter style Marvel versus Capcom style game where you select a different Power Rangers characters from whether it's the movies, the TV shows, comic books, all that stuff, and then you fight. You have you each choose 3 and then you fight.
It's just a beat 'em up basically,
Yeah.
or a fighter.
Huh. Well, I suppose that makes
It's on
sense.
PlayStation Plus, the one of those things, the levels that
Oh, there you go.
has the free games.
Nice. Okay. Should we just go in order of the bracket, Seth, or are you going to seed these bad boys?
No, we'll just choose. Basically, I mean, choose your favorites first, but yeah,
Okay.
no particular order.
My first pick, I'm gonna pick. Oh my god, it left my head. I've known for a month what I was gonna pick. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. That is my first nomination.
Okay. EEATO.
Throw that one
damn,
in there.
That was wrong. Fuck. That's gonna be too long to write, right?
Was that February or January?
question.
It was mid to late February.
It was yesterday.
Which one of you doofuses is next?
Jared, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, I'm scrolling through and I don't know if I want to waste a pick. You know what? Let's go with a recent one. Give me that Prey, baby.
I didn't even see that one.
Ooh.
Yeah, you guys are missing out. Mr. Predator Man shows up, beats up
I've heard
some
good
people.
Spoilers.
What? He
Spoilers.
beats some people up. What?
Let's see. Wait.
All right,
Let's
Seth
see.
picks Turning Red.
No, I will pick. I think we all saw this one. How about The Black Phone?
Yeah, throw it on there.
I did enjoy that one. Here, I'm actually gonna stagger these. That way, it's not the 2 audience picks right next to each other.
Against each other. Yeah.
Also, while
Yeah.
you're doing that quick thing, were we supposed to pick movies we've all seen?
No, but
Okay.
So
I think
far,
it makes
we
it easier for our debate.
Yeah, you're gonna have a hard sell for Prey, but I suspect it's
I
pretty
know,
good. So
I
maybe
know.
we'll see what it goes up against. Okay, so we got the first 4 seeds, or the first 3 seeds Should we put an audience pick in here now, Seth? Seen anything you like?
Throw one
Sure.
in.
I see the one that I was going to have at the top of my list. I see the Batman.
The Batman.
The Bateman. The Batman.
Batman's a real threat. Is a real
Mm-hmm.
threat. Okay. We'll put these. It's now occurring to me. I don't know how to most fairly put these in here. In the matchups, but that's fine. For my second pick, I had a hard time with this because there's a lot of stuff I really liked, but I don't think it has the ability to carry the tournament. Okay. Here's what I am gonna pick. I'm going back and forth between a couple. I'm gonna go with Marcel.
Okay.
French movie?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the
Oui,
one
oui.
where the guy goes sailing. He has a baguette.
A baguette.
All right, Jared.
I'm just looking at the chat quick. Did Old come out this year?
There's no way.
I was gonna say, if so, like my life, like this year has been cuckoo cuckoo. Okay.
It was if it did, it was like January. But I liked Old more than most.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think Old was last year actually. Okay, Everything Everywhere All at Once. You already got that one. The Northman. No. Oh gosh, what one was the one I was looking for here? You might have to do. Ooh, oh my gosh, how did I not even think of this? Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that was going to be the one
Yeah.
I chose.
Oh man, throw that one in there. Which, by the way, now on digital, folks. If you want to watch it at home.
If you're thinking of watching it at home and you haven't seen it in the theater, at first.
Mm-hmm.
That's my. All right, Chef. What do you got?
All right.
I know. Jurassic World.
Oh my god. I know. Let's see here. I am going to go with
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Ooh, solid. Moonfall is out there.
Ooh, that's a good
Death
one.
on the Nile. Uncharted is out there.
Uncharted.
Uncharted was this year, wasn't it? Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go with The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
I'm so glad that's in here because that was what I was picking against Marcel when I was trying
There's
to
one
decide.
there's actually, there's two that I have technically ahead of that that's not on here, or actually three in my overall ranks, but that one was just fun. And the other two are kind of like horror-ish movies.
Like they have sluts
Alright.
in them? Oh no, we lost Cody. We lost the host
he was
and
like-
the bracket.
He was like, whatever you said was too problematic. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
He's like, my job will not appreciate what you just said. I'm being booted
he's
from
back.
this. He is back. Woo! That's what
Did
we
you just
call
say
cover.
something? Did you just say something blasphemous?
No. We just thought that my joke put you over the edge, and you're like, I got to get out of here.
Now I don't know what your joke was.
Oh, just Seth had mentioned what you were saying, like what two of the movies were
Horror-ish.
horror-ish, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they have sluts in them.
There's a lot of those. I was just scrolling through a movie list. I know we all liked X a lot.
Yep, that was one I debated.
That
on
might
putting on there.
make our mutual top list
Uh-huh.
for the three of us, but I think we have a solid list here. Did we grab another from the chat to round our 8 out?
We did not. We need one more from the chat. Let's see. Hannah won the first nomination with the Batman.
The Batman.
Shouts out to Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Great to see you.
Wow.
Hello.
Yeah, wow.
The see what else we have here in the chat. Lightyear.
We have
I
some
know
Lightyear.
I 100 just put one in that I think Jared might want to.
I haven't seen that one yet. I still
See, and
I
that's
haven't
why
either.
that's why I didn't want to include it, because I feel like it's, I wouldn't say a hard sell, but you guys haven't seen it. It is one of my top ones of the year, but like, I don't know. There's been ones that that one's more of a. It's like, it's not like bomb, like Top Gun, like that spectacle. Like Prey was really fun. Everything Everywhere was like this something you've never seen before. I mean, we could throw it in there. I haven't seen Elvis. Is Elvis good?
I didn't go to Elvis. Did you, Chef?
I enjoyed Elvis.
Okay.
We,
Yeah, I don't know. The chat's saying Lightyear, Elvis. I still can't believe Old. I'm glad Old wasn't this year, because I feel old reading that. Or Cha Cha Real Smooth, between those three.
Because I know it's going against Everything Everywhere, I think it would make sense to put Lightyear in, since Mike V put it, and because I know it'll get smashed in the first round.
Damn, Lightyear's getting smashed.
Watch, you guys will fucking outvote me now because I said that shit.
Yep.
Shout out to Hannah and to Mike for providing us with our 7 and 8 seeds in here. You guys got prizes coming your way. I'll connect with you after the show on that. Before we dive into the actual contests here, what were, and I know you've mentioned a couple, any kind of honorable mention we could have gotten in here, or that didn't? Cha Real Smooth sounds like one.
Someone
Yeah,
said The Northman.
Yep.
Northman was dope.
Vengeance.
It's another one.
Cody, quick thing. Can you share your the bracket again?
Oh, I got booted.
Yeah.
One I liked a lot, but I know Jared watched because I watched it with him at, I think, Sundance. But Fresh, I liked that movie a lot.
Yeah.
That's my top of the year.
I still haven't seen that one, but I've heard good things. Avoid like knowing anything about it still. But I need to have like a Hulu weekend, because I gotta watch Prey and Fresh. And is Cha Cha Real Smooth on there, or is that on Apple?
That's Apple, yeah. Which, by the way, just a shout out because it looks awesome. Apple, they have some good movies and stuff every now and then. And there's a movie coming out called The Greatest Beer Run Ever, based on a true story. It sounds wild.
I watched the trailer for that over the weekend. I think that's gonna do well.
Yeah.
It's almost, I'm almost bummed that it's on Apple. I think that would have done really well theatrically.
I'm
But
wondering if
have you
they'll
seen
do
this one, Chef?
limited.
Yeah. No, I haven't. Who's in it?
Zac Efron, and he's I think New York and Vietnam.
New York.
He didn't get drafted, was exempt or whatever. And he's like drinking at a bar with his buddies, and his friends are over in Vietnam, a couple of them from the town. And someone in the bar says, "Gosh, I wish they could know that we're supporting them, because they can't really communicate with them." And someone in the bar goes, "I wish I could just send him a beer to say thanks." And Zac Efron goes, "Fuck, I'll take him a beer." This guy literally, and it's based on a story, goes to Vietnam and like sneaks into the war in like his
With
in
a
his
duffel
street
bag of
clothes.
beer.
With a duffel bag of beer to find all of his, and he makes his way across Vietnam, finding his buddies and having a fucking beer with them. And
Wow.
there's no way I don't cry when I watch it. I'm certain of that.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
I
it
think
looks
it's
like the
gonna be-
perfect amount of comedy, drama, craziness, true story, and then also like Cody, with your kind of your brother and everything. I'm sure it's gonna hit even harder.
Yeah. And you don't get a lot of Vietnam movies. This one seems to be. Vietnam movies tend to go one of a couple ways. That's either like, here's the Vietnam, or here's why we shouldn't have been in Vietnam. And this one just kind of seems like there were guys there, like regardless of whether we should or shouldn't have been there or what else happened. Our buddies were over there, so it seems to just care about that, which I think is refreshing, because Vietnam movies are always a challenge. I think there was the one Five Bloods. I think that's probably one of my favorite Vietnam movies because it didn't as much into all that. But love in the chat. I really enjoyed Nope. It would be in my personal top 8 probably. I wasn't sure how deep it would go in the tournament, so I didn't put it in. But I dug it a lot.
One last one. Fun movie, but obviously didn't make this. Bullet Train. That's just a fun movie.
Dude, I saw that in 4D a few weeks back, and the 4D thing. I've done it, Jared. Seth, you got to do it ASAP. I don't even know if it matters what movie, because I wasn't sure if Bullet Train was going to be super entertaining, but there were portions of that movie I was like giggling. What you're thinking of giggling is what I was doing, and I don't do that often. Certainly not in movie theater by myself. But you're bouncing around in the train, it's throwing punches and getting knocked around, and I was just the whole 2/3 of the movie. It was awesome. Luckily, there wasn't too many people in here. Oh, thank God!
Chat?
I've been waiting to start the tournament until 69 Mega showed up, and finally we can.
Our biggest fan. 69 Mega, baby.
Oh, thank God was the reaction.
I think that might be chic. Only poop fine girl with a Bubba.
Oh man, that's funny.
Those damn mods. All right, should we see who wins this fucking tournament?
Yeah.
Maybe as we go around, if you put the movie up, you can kind of pitch it. So I had Everything Everywhere All at Once. I gave a glowing review of this on the show a few months back, and I basically screamed into anyone's face who will listen, you got to watch this movie. The premise, for those who haven't seen it, is it Michelle Yeoh? Is that the lead actress? She's a kind of a middle-aged every woman. She's, I think, Chinese, and she lives with her husband and her daughter, and they run a laundromat. She's just a regular-ass woman. She goes in to do her taxes, and then all of a sudden she gets thrown into this whole multiverse dramatic scenario where she's got to travel between universes. And the fun thing with this is she can connect to another there's infinite universes, right? So she can connect to a universe where she was, let's say, a pole vaulter. And if she connects to that universe, she can bring those abilities into this universe and then go pole vault. And the creativity with which they use that mechanic is fucking insane. They do all sorts of, because it's not she needs to pole vault, I'm going to go get a pole vaulting one. It's more like she needs to disarm a bomb, and so she goes to a universe where she's an underwater welder. You need a steady hand. It's so specific little that's never matching up quite the way you think. It's hilarious, shockingly deep. I think it's one of the best out that I've seen ever. That was what I really enjoyed about it, and I've watched it time at home and loved it. So this is far and away my favorite of the year. So I'm voting it all the way through. You guys can use whatever time you need. I liked Lightyear also. I don't know if one of you guys wants to talk a little bit about it, or if Mike wants to get in the chat and put a diatribe, but I enjoyed Lightyear. I don't think it holds a candle to my movie, but I don't know if either of you guys think so.
No, I mean, I don't remember much of Lightyear, to be honest. I don't remember much of what happened. But I mean, yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think, is my second movie of the year so far. So,
what's number one?
I'm not going to tell.
Okay.
It's a secret.
All right, secret. I've got a secret. Yeah, Lightyear, I mean, solid animation and stuff, but I don't know. I just feel like the story just didn't work for me. Some of the characters, I don't know. I was kind of bored during that movie, to be honest. The thing about Everything Everywhere All at Once is, like, you're saying, Cody, you know, mental health, it was so unique. Even, like, going to the technical side of it, where it's like, the people that did the movie, they're like, yeah, we just basically did online tutorials to teach ourselves how to do visual effects because we didn't know how. And 8 people put that movie together.
That's
via
insane.
Visual effects. Well, and I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but I'm gonna. But Marvel has infinite money, and they That movie looks way better than any Marvel movie.
Every Marvel movie, there's some rubber band crap or some obvious green screen. And those people are definitely under the gun. I don't know how long it took them to make everything everywhere. If you want to get down an amazingly fun rabbit hole, look up making of that movie on YouTube. There's some really, really good featurettes out there with some of the practical shit that they did, like the hot dog hands. Yeah. We'll get to talk about it more because it's into the second round. But yeah, this was an easy one for me when we decided to do a tournament. I knew I was putting it in. So next round. These are two of your guys' movies, so maybe you should pitch them.
Prey, baby. If you're not aware, it is set in the Predator world. And, you know, Predator has not had a good run recently. The first one, solid. Everything else, not great. This one's more of a prequel, essentially, where they're going all the way back to 1719, I want to say. And it's a Predator up against a tribe of Comanche. Comanche? There we go, sorry.
Comanche.
And yeah, it's this one girl, Naru, and it's kind of, you know, an outcast. It's kind of this story of status quo where, you know, the women are the gatherers, the men are the hunters. She's trying to go against that, and she's kind of the only one that can go up against this Mr. Predator man. And I don't know, it just felt very kind of reminiscent of the first one, a little bit, you know, like bare bones. The technology isn't fully there for the Predator. Same with, you know, the tribe. And just kind of learning throughout the movie how to take this down. And the thing is, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a Hulu movie. This is essentially produced through Disney, you know, a side company, 20th Century Studios or whatever. They don't hold back. Like, there's some brutal stuff. There's arms getting cut off. Like, it is bloody and brutal. And I still think the first one is the best, obviously setting the stage, but like this is a close second in that genre if you like that. Again, this feels, you know, like it's 80s-esque action but updated essentially. And again, it's not like huge bombastic where there's tons of visual effects. It's just like, hey, there's one Predator on these like Great Plains hunting these people down. And the interesting thing, I will say, is you kind of get a glimpse into the mythology or the culture of the Predator, where he's slowly discovering what is on the top of the food chain. So that was a cool kind of discovery to see from Mr. Predator, man.
I like
Taken
that.
by the hand.
Yeah.
When you say 80s, are you pointing to more practical effects? It's not a CG fest?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the only thing, because the only thing that is visual effects is, I think, like the camouflage of the Predator. Because I saw some like behind the scenes videos via TikTok or whatever, and the outfit, everything, the way the Predator moves, like his arms and mouths and everything, is just a costume, and then animatronics or whatever it is.
That's awesome. Whatever you
Yeah.
fucking. Okay, last question. I know it's set in the 1700s, but do we get, and maybe this is spoilers, I guess, for some, do we get a callback to get to the chopper?
I don't think there's a specific get to the chopper. There's quite a few callbacks, and then also, if you are familiar with Predator movies, there's a really good connection to the later ones, along with something that happens in the credits.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Disney shot themselves in the foot by not putting that in theaters, and they're like, we're making another one instantly. Because also, I don't know if you know this, it's the same guy that directed 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That was a dope-ass movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm intrigued by this, and I'm going to watch it, if for no other reason than to see whether or not what you're talking about is an Alien versus Predator tease. Don't tell me if it is, but I'm gonna go watch it.
Dude, don't knock that movie. I used to watch. FX has the movies, man. 2004, I was watching that on repeat on FX.
Dude, that's a movie. If you're gonna try to critically review Alien versus Predator, stop it.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Like, it's
Yeah.
an alien and a fucking it's aliens fighting. What do you want?
And
I just
then
wanna see
there's
one of
people
them rip
caught
the
in the
other side off
middle.
and green blood shoot out. Yeah, and some people get in the mix. Basically, Godzilla and Kong.
It's
You
no
know,
Freddy
I don't see
versus
critics
Jason.
reviewing that one.
I was gonna say we should do a bracket of versus movies,
Yeah, Freddy
the
versus
future.
Jason takes it all the way.
dude.
Honestly, it
that
might.
ending. Whew.
It's a great. You know what? I think if I don't know how much I've talked about it on the show, but when I was a kid, I was a huge pussy for scary movies. Actually, I wonder if Mike's in the chat. I wonder if he remembers this. His birthday in the 2nd grade, we watched Sleepy Hollow, and I basically covered my eyes the whole time. And month, I was so afraid, and we watched The Matrix after, so that fixed it. But I
Why,
sometime
put you to sleep then, or?
when I was like, you get the fuck out of here. When I was like 17, 18, 19, I made a complete 180 and started loving horror movies. And now it's one of my favorite genres. I really think Freddy vs. Jason had something to do with that. Because it had horror in it, but it felt like more.
Just goofy, yeah.
Yeah. I think that would carry in the Versus tournament. But Prey is up against a tough one because I know we all saw The Unbearable Weight. Chef, what do you think of the Nick Cage fest?
Yeah, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Freddy Krueger invades Jason Voorhees' dreams. They get into a little fight. Chaos ensues. Man gets started on fire. Head gets cut off. Winks at the camera. The end.
I was gonna say that wink. Oof.
That's a perfect 2-sentence retelling of that movie. I didn't even realize you had seen that movie.
I have it on DVD right in my house right now.
Hell yeah, movie night.
It was one that was given to me at some point. Oh man, 69mega.com is back.
Yeah,
in the
he's
chat.
back, baby.
Can't keep him
Love
down.
emoji, wet emoji, thumb emoji, sweaty emoji, heart emoji. All right. Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Nick Cage. It's a dramatized version of Nick Cage. He gets paid a bunch of money to go to. Is it? I don't remember Pedro Pascal's character, but is it his birthday, or just to hang out with him?
I think it was his
Tell
birthday.
him, I think he assumes. Yeah, it might be his birthday, and he assumes it's going to be a big party, but it's just a hang.
Yeah, just to hang out with him. Pedro Pascal's character has drug ties. It's been a while since I've seen this, so it's a little fuzzy. You might need to fill it in, but it's got some cool action in it. It's funny. It's kind of touching at times. Nick Cage is awesome in it, playing a dramatized but also probably not dramatized version of himself, or at least in his mind. Definitely, a little bit of the movie's a little bit masturbatory and for Nick Cage, just in terms of some of the things he references in his career and talking about himself, but also very fun and tongue-in-cheek. So I enjoyed it a lot. You guys probably have thoughts as well.
I really dug this. And I saw it like a couple weeks after Everything Everywhere. And it was, what do I want to say? Everywhere thinking, that's the most original movie I've seen ever. And then when I came out of Unbearable Weight, I was like, ugh, shit, that would compete. Like, it feels so fresh. Or I don't remember seeing things like it. The only thing I could compare it to was being John Malkovich, because there's that element of the actor playing himself. And I like Nick Cage, but I've never been a huge fan. I don't know all of his movies, but I think it was one of those. I connected with Nick Cage in this just like as an artist or as a creative, because he's looking backwards at all of what he's done, and he's trying to figure out what to do next, and he's not really, it's not really working out, and he meets Pedro Pascal, who's such a big fan of him. It kind of reminds him proud of the shit I did, instead of just worrying about what's next. I gotta have that. So I liked that, and there's a lot of elements of friendship and things like that. There's talking to his younger self, a few scenes, which I thought those are pretty funny. But weirdly, Pedro Pascal ended up being the highlight in this. He's having a crazy run right now. He's everywhere. I dug this a lot. It's gonna end up getting my vote over Prey, which I do still want to watch. But I just thought it was so original, and I know roughly what I'm going to get out of Prey. Unbearable Weight, I had no idea what I was getting, and I was pleasantly surprised coming out. So that's going to get my vote.
Well, Prey moves on. No. I'm
Yeah.
voting for
Ooh, hit
I
that
never saw
sounder.
So Unbearable Weight, another long movie title, moves on. Nick Cage.
Well, and also, I'm assuming, because again, all of our movie tastes are similar, but there's like these fringes and stuff. I feel like I'm I lean more towards Prey than probably both of you. Like that kind of movie, I guess.
There's a mood if I'm in the right type of mood, I'll watch Prey every fucking day of the week. You know what? It's a kind of a similar mood for movies. It's kind of a similar mood. Here's a snappy little segue to Top Gun. I think that it's feeling like adrenaline itch for me. If you have ever had an adrenaline itch in your life and you watch Top Gun, you'll never have one again in your life. But it goes up against The Black Phone, which we all. This is one we. So I'm interested to see how this vote goes. Let's. You didn't put both these in here, did you, Chef? Are these both your movies?
No, Top Gun was Jared, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jared, you go with
each other
Top Gun.
once again.
I mean, it's Tom Cruise, baby. I mean, like, who would have thought that this would have been the highest grossing movie of the year? Like, it's just crazy. Like, this is... In reality, this movie doesn't do any... It's Star Wars at the very end. It's the trench run. It doesn't do anything, like, too crazy, but it's just... It hits on all the beats. It does, like, nostalgia and a sequel. Great. The soundtrack is there. Tom Cruise is a movie star. All the characters are so likable. There's tension at the very end of the movie. Like, I mean, it also helps that I saw it in 4D for the second time, and it was the greatest movie experience of my life. But the thing is, I'm not going to discount the Black Phone, because the Black Phone I had a great time with. It was such a kind of mystery here or there. It wasn't too much of kind of like this fright fest. It was more of a, what would you say, thriller, I guess? Yeah, like
Je ne sais quoi.
like almost like
Thriller,
an escape room, I guess. Like an escape room thriller.
Yeah, the kidnapped. I don't often enjoy movies where the main character is someone that's been kidnapped. This one I did a lot, and I know Ethan Hawke is chilling in this one. I gotta chill as I said it. I don't know if you realize it or not, Seth, but you're a big Ethan Hawke fan. His movies that have come out in the last few years near the top of your list, and Black Phone. So for it to be as close as I was a little bit surprised that it was this high on your list.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was just, I mean, I think the concept in general is really cool, and I think there's still some meat on the bone if they want to tell more stories. Similar to like X, like Pearl is doing that too later on this year. But yeah, Ethan Hawke is scary. There's a lot of layers to him that they don't explain, that they could do more of. The supernatural element was really cool with like the main boy who has been kidnapped is able to talk to the other children that Ethan Hawke has killed in the past to help him escape and stuff like that. And they don't really go fully into the supernatural thing. And there's also a supernatural element with the main character's sister, who isn't kidnapped but is trying to help find him. That they kind of don't explain it fully either. So, I mean, that sounds like they don't say anything about the movie, but they still are able to tell a great story and leave stuff out there for imagination or to maybe eventually do more of. So, I hope they do more. Obviously, I love Top Gun. That movie was like just a thrill ride from the beginning to the end. Wish I could have saw it in 4D. But I personally liked Black Phone better. That's just the type of movie I like more, a little bit smaller scale, tells a more personal story. I mean, even though it's just a smaller story, it doesn't have quite the stakes that Top Gun does.
Mm-hmm.
But
You can make an argument, and it wouldn't be very hard. If I said the Black Phone is more realistic, I think that would still be fair.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm going. I mean, my nomination is the Black Phone, and that's what I would pick here.
Yeah. I'm assuming you're going to vote Top Gun, Jared?
Top Gun. It's up to
This
you.
is a tough one. This is a tough
Tom
one for
Cruise
me.
fan.
Because, and we do like movie rankings and things. We end up in this conundrum because I think one of these movies is a better movie. I think the other entertained me more. I think I think the one that entertained me more also had a higher degree of difficulty for making it. So I'm going to end up picking because it's Tom Cruise. If you've ever watched or listened to this, I'm going to pick Tom Cruise every fucking time. But the way they made some of this, I said it about Everything Everywhere. The same goes for Top Gun. Watch some of the featurettes for how they made this. Is insane. Some of the stuff they did and choices they made. My favorite little fun fact, and then we'll go to the next matchup. There's a shot in the trailer most people will remember where this plane takes off and it right at the camera and goes ahead, and there's a little shed in the foreground, and when the plane goes past, it moves so fast that the shed explodes and falls apart as the plane goes over it. And what I learned in the featurette is that wasn't planned at all. They built that shed for a set. They did not at all intend on it coming apart. But when it did, they were like, well, fuck, I guess that's the shot we're using because we can't rebuild it. And there was a few other things like that were things they didn't expect or little mistakes that made it. And I think that's what people are talking about when you talk about what it adds to have Tom Cruise really doing some of this stuff. There's a shot where Miles Teller hits his head on the key, and it's a blink and you kind of thing, kind of like the Stormtrooper in Star Wars, but it adds that element of, and you see in his face him go like, oh fuck, like and react to it. It's that kind of little shit that adds to the realism, I think, in Top Gun. So level of difficulty and just spectacle and how I felt coming out of it, but no disrespect to Black Phone. That's probably my top horror movie of the year, and I don't think it's close. I don't even know what would compete against it. I enjoyed Bodies, but
Orphan
Black Phone
First
is
Kill.
dope as hell. Oh yeah, I forgot Orphan just came out. I pass on that.
I've heard it's good.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, if people like the first one, they said it was on par with the first one.
But it doesn't have the element of knowing.
Surprise. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
The
know
first
what's
one's
happening.
entertaining because of how it ends. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. But okay, so we picked Top Gun.
Top Gun.
God.
Woo! Tom Cruise. You know what? He's probably gonna blow. Like he won the summer blockbuster this year. He's gonna win it again next year, and then the year after.
Yep. I know for a fact that you're right. And
Yeah.
I know why that's true. But we have Batman. This one came out of the chat. We all loved Batman. Is there
Vengeance.
and if either of you guys wants to set up Batman as a whole, feel free. I thought it walking out, and I've kind of gone away from it to this movie. I certain that this is the case. I think there is a case to be made that this is the best Batman movie we've gotten. And I know it's blasphemous to even entertain the idea that something, but I think you can make a case. I think I can make a case for it. I don't know how high it was on your guys' list, but I know we all really enjoyed this one.
Seth, go ahead.
No,
The motherfucker always makes me think he's frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's still my favorite of the year so far. Yeah, I mean I need to rewatch it. It's definitely one I need to go back and fully rewatch again, but it's just so long. It's a big time commitment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's easily the most Batman of all the Batmans. It's hard to say it's the best Batman movie ever, but it's definitely the most Batman of them all. He's in the Batman suit almost all of it, like I think all but 20 minutes of it. The detective aspect of it is in full force. The fighting is brutal and cool. It's a little dark in terms of just the look of it, but it's not quite as dark in terms of tone of the, like it still feels a little more comic booky than like the Dark Knight Chris Nolan stuff, which I liked. I think we needed a little bit more of that, especially with like the Penguin character. It's hard to do that character, serious. And I think was it Colin Farrell Is who, I mean, you say that because I say that because like you can't tell who he is because he looks so weird. But
it could have been Jared Buckendahl, and I would
Could've
I
been
believe
anyone.
it was Jared the exact same amount that I believe it was Colin Farrell. I still don't buy it.
Which is cool because, like you're saying, the character was great. The world felt lived in, and they're spinning some of that stuff off. Where I'm
Yep.
like, I have faith in actually these like kind of spin-offs, you know?
Yeah.
and it's Matt Reeves.
I think this one-
and Matt Reeves is he's amazing. So
Yeah.
He's-
I mean, after what
we
he did
did-
with Apes, man.
Yeah. We did a list, Mambo number 5 years ago, and Matt Reeves cracked into at least one of our top 5s at that time because we were so into the Apes franchise. If we did that again, I think there's a real chance. He's the shit. Matt Reeves is so cool. Thing I liked about the Batman, and the reason why I could make the case, and I'm dying to at some point. I would love to get into this debate with somebody just because I think it'd be fun. The thing I like about the Dark Knight is I think the Dark Knight suggests very Batman-y things, like you were talking about, Seth. The Batman is very classic Batman. The Dark Knight is more like a Nolan movie where they inserted some Batman elements. So like there's you get to see that criminals are really afraid of him, but only for like a minute in the beginning. Really after that, and so I like when a movie doesn't. It's what I've enjoyed about the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. You can do the usual shit that you need to do to make it a Spider-Man movie or a Batman movie, and most movies opt to do that in like 2 seconds. Let you breathe through all of that and let it stick around. Even you're 2 hours in the movie and they're trembling when they see Batman. And the last thing I'll say about the Batman before I talk about Marcel the Shell and walk it to the slaughter is the only 2 words you need are the Batmobile.
Yep.
In this movie. I got to chill just saying that. I gotta watch that again in the theater and fucking fire up that Batmobile scene. That was.
I was gonna say that when that some beach fires up, it's like, and they're like, "What the hell is that?" Oh man, yeah, I haven't
remember,
rewatched it. I just fully enjoyed my theater experience.
Yeah,
I fell.
The birds are loose.
Seth's doing his Riddler impression. The thing with the Batmobile, do you remember in Civil when MCU
Yeah.
and it was you knew from the trailers that Spider-Man was going to show up in it. But when I was watching it, I was engaged in the movie, and it's like 90 minutes into the movie before Spider-Man shows up. So I forgot he was going to be there. And then they popped him up with like a card that said they were going to Queens. And I remember sitting in the theater and going, "Oh shit," because I had forgotten. The same thing happened with the Batmobile. They're not even hinting at the Batmobile, and you're 2 hours into this damn movie, and then all of a sudden they. I was in the theater with a buddy, and we both were like, "Oh fuck yeah, dude!" The whole scene is just. I'm still using
man.
some of the adrenaline and testosterone that I pumped out during that scene, damn near 6 months ago. Batman goes against Marcel the Shell, which is probably a movie. It's guy's lost his parents. He's got gadgets. He's mysterious. No one really knows his origin. And yeah, I don't know. I love Marcel. Marcel is probably the perfect opposite of the Batman. I think I've seen a couple clips of, and you watch that and you're kind of like, oh yeah, that's cute. I like that. And then when they decided to put the movie out, I was like, I don't know how that's gonna. I mean, sure, but because I really like Jenny Slate, who kind of co-created the character for YouTube, and she's a big part of the movie, obviously. They did. I think they did such a good job, and it's hard to take short form as like a YouTube. I mean, we've seen it. You've seen like YouTube clips and memes and shit try to become movies, and it doesn't work. But it works with Marcel, and I think it works kind of in the same way that the Mr. Rogers movies worked a couple of years ago. I think Marcel is used as this kind of totem through which you can get taught these little lessons along the way. And I really like a movie that does that, where he's such a simple guy that he says found because and it's very funny. I laughed a lot. I cried. It was just one of those that you feel good coming out of. And I think for my money, it's the best, the warmest I felt. I had to put it on the list. If you haven't seen Marcel the Shotgun, you gotta. And it's a good one for a home. I think it's available at home by now too. This one, I have no illusions about it beating. Glad I got to show it some love because it was a dope ass movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Batman.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to check it out because again, I think it's one of those like time place kind of movies like you're saying. I'm sure. Did you cry? Is it a crying type movie?
I cried heavy. I'm a crier though, so I'm not the. I don't
well,
know if
and
I got
that's
that.
the thing. I mean, I remember a couple years ago whenever that it was like some dog movie. I've never even owned a dog, and I was crying during the trailers. So like movie theaters, I will cry in the dark if I need to.
Dude, you want to know what? Actually, as I look at this, see, here's why asking Cody if he cried during a movie is worthless to do. It's not meaningful information. With about 80% certainty that I cried at least some during every movie on this screen except for Prey, and that's just because I ain't seen it yet.
Wait, even the Batman?
I think I know the Batman got me because it was the same way Spider-Man got me at times. Like, there's the parts of Spider-Man that you're supposed to cry at. But also just like when he's swinging and they've shot it really well and you're feeling that kind of just like that lift. There are some scenes in, I was just so like excited and happy to be in the packed IMAX theater watching this that, you get a little bit of a and, like I was crying when he was flying the plane. So I was like, this is fucking cinema, baby. Like that's
Yeah, see?
Yeah. Yeah, see?
We're at the movie, see? You want to watch a talkie?
All right, Bats makes it through. I know Hannah will be glad. That's her pick. I don't know what we might have to do some sort of super prize if Batman ends up taking the whole thing.
Super prize.
Super prize.
Let's go to our semifinal matchups. This
Equal-
is just brutal from here.
The Equal Opportunity Employment Act? Is that what that says?
Yep.
Yeah, let's go with that. These Everything Everywhere All at Once, weight of massive talent, which is the most words you can say without completing a sentence. These were definitely my two favorite movies of the year. I don't know if that's still the case, but they're probably both in my top 5. I loved them both. Something I didn't say about Everything Everywhere. One of the highlights for me, Michelle Yeoh. I think if the Academy is worth 10 cents, she'll get nominated for lead actress. I might, if she doesn't get nominated, we're not playing the Oscar game. That's what I say. To me, you can't make a case for 5 other people that did better than she did in that movie and did what she had to do. That said,
You haven't even seen any other movies yet.
Don't care. What are they going to do? What are they going to do in that? That's like saying, gosh, I don't know if Tom Cruise is going to win the plane flying award this year. It's like, oh, you're going to do it, but I don't need to see the fuck.
He might lose to Lightyear. You never know.
And I ain't going to lose to Lightyear.
We're here at the 76th Annual Plane Flying Awards.
I wanted to point out the guy that plays her husband, who is he was the kid actor that played Short Round in Indiana Jones, and he's the husband of the main character here, and he's kind of got that Marcel part. He's kind of the doofy kind of guy. He's very kind of basic, but he teaches you a lot of the lessons. And watching him is about being was such a highlight. The Jamie Lee Curtis her, you wouldn't call it a cameo. I guess her role is hysterical to me. I laugh so hard. And
Stephanie, what? Who's the daughter at the Stephanie? What's her name? I can't remember her last name.
I don't have her name. I feel like you had seen her maybe in other stuff, and I don't think I have.
Yeah, she was. Well, she was in Shang-Chi as the friend, and then she was also in Aquafina's show.
That's right. Nora from Queens.
Aquafina's, yeah.
Yeah, I 100 points out. He may get a supporting actor nomination. I think that would be warranted. Let's get these folks' names. We got to show them some love. So it's Ke Huy Quan. He plays Waymond. Which is hilarious because you'd think that he just has a speech and is trying to say Raymond. And then it's Stephanie Hsu that plays Joy, the daughter. James Hong is in this too, and he's hysterical. He's the super old, the dad character.
Oh yeah.
But they nailed it with the cast on that movie for sure. I already said it made me cry, but I always love when a movie in the same. I won't say what they are. You guys, if you've seen the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is in one movie had one of the dumbest. I can't believe they're actually going for this jokes that I've seen in a movie. I literally rolled my eyes and was like, really? And then I still laughed. At an hour apart, I was like, I can't believe this is this stupid of a movie. And then an hour later, I can't believe this is this brilliant of a movie. I don't know how you get both of those in the same. Everywhere. And honestly, Unbearable Weight, you could say a lot of the same stuff. The cast is awesome. It gets twisty and turny. I like the self-awareness of it. They know, it's not over the top Deadpool style, but they know they're in a movie kind of with some of the way that it moves, which I think is kind of funny, and I don't want to give too much away, but I dug them both. I'm going to end up voting for Everything Everywhere. I don't know if one of you guys wants to make a case for Unbearable Weight.
No, I like the other one better.
Boom! Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yow!
Anyone out there listening, watching right now, anything, if you haven't seen this movie, treat yourself. Go rent it, find somewhere you can watch it, get a bootleg VHS at the market. I don't know. Watch this movie. It's good.
Or come over to Coast Place. I bought it.
Yeah.
Fire up
movie
the
theater time.
It's the first, you guys understand how big a deal this is. When I moved into my new house a few months ago, I have a theater room that I'm kind of working on building out. And once I got it to a place where I could watch a movie, I had to figure out what's the first movie Cody's going to watch in his home theater. It wasn't Spider-Man. It wasn't Tom Cruise. It was Everything Everywhere. And
Big Adventure.
It was awesome.
That was a close second.
So which one of you guys wants to start with Tom Cruise versus Pattinson? This might be our hardest matchup, I think.
I mean, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like these are the two blockbusters. These are like the mainstream movies that most people like. The two over there were the indies that people need to watch. These are the blockbusters that I feel like everyone's watched.
The big budget romps.
Yeah, the budgets. Speaking, we got to talk about Warner Brothers eventually on a future podcast. They're crumbling, my friends. I mean, I had a great time with Top Gun Maverick, like so much fun. It was the feel-good one, but I also feel like Batman was like, it felt like, I'm a big fan of like Zodiac, and it very much had those kind of inklings of it. So that's why I feel like I'm leaning to, it's like, if someone were to ask me between the two, I'd have to be like, do you want blockbuster, like a fun? Because Batman is probably a lot less fun, but there are fun moments.
Yeah, I would agree. I think the fun factor is that way. Hannah, those are well-placed all caps. We do have to talk about Catwoman. This was, oh my God, help me name.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
Lenny Kravitz.
American woman.
Woman.
If you
without me.
Zoe Kravitz is awesome in everything. I think they did a
Everywhere all at once.
high fidelity kind of reboot on Hulu last year that she starred in, which was really good. I don't think a lot of people watched it, but I enjoyed it a lot. It might have been 2 years. What I will say about Zoe Kravitz in The Batman, two things. One, she's awesome. Actually, more than two things. One, she's awesome. Two, I think she's got a with Batman. I think the Christian Bale, Anne Hathaway one was a little bit, there was more distance between them than felt like there was supposed to have been. These two feel close, and that's how those characters are supposed to interact, and they don't completely trust each other. My main point, the most important thing I want to say about Zoe Kravitz, if you're confused about your sexuality, don't watch this movie. You are only going to have more questions.
Yes.
Oh, Lordy.
I'm hoping, I think I know how you guys are voting based on what I've heard, and I hope you're going to save me from a tiebreak here. You guys vote.
I think Jared's going with Top Gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Top Gun. It's edging it out just by that much.
It made Jared edge.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of that, new PlayStation Control Edge coming out. Edge technology.
Now I'm going with Batman. Cody, choose.
Yeah, you jinxed yourself.
You guys suck.
That's why we have this podcast.
There. You know why this is hard is because
Zoe Kravitz.
That's why this is hard. The whole thing we're doing is difficult because my hesitation to vote, it tells the story because I always know who I'm voting for. I just am always trying to figure out a way to not vote against what I don't want to vote against. And I can't think of enough reasons to not vote for Batman here. I'm a ride or die for Tom Cruise, but this Batman movie was sick. And I think the reason I'm putting it over is I saw it in IMAX. And so a lot of what I got from Maverick, just the speed and the adrenaline part of it, I got a lot of that in Batman, especially with the Batmobile scene. Scratched that itch and still gave me good mystery and good comic book and good Pattinson. We didn't talk enough about Robert Pattinson, who I think is very, very good as this iteration of Bruce Wayne. So it's going to be Batman. These, I'm not saying these are the two best movies of the year, but it's an interesting matchup. If you go around and ask 50 people which movie they liked better, I think you get some interesting responses. But Batman goes to the finals, though.
Batman. The funny thing is, these two movies, how do you pick? Because it's like, again, I'm gonna classify Everything Everywhere as like an indie, and it's obviously the best one. And then Batman is peak blockbuster for this year.
Damn. Yeah, it's kind of, it feels apples to oranges, for sure. Do they?
I'll choose. Batman.
Do it.
Seth said, "This is easy."
Yeah, a sneaky Batman vendetta. He's probably making up for.
I haven't seen that movie. I guess we'll let Cody's go through movie and then Batman. All right, you know what? Ties. So I'm gonna put it on you, Jared.
Oh man.
So you.
Wow.
I don't even feel super passionately about it. I just stuck holding the thing at the end. So you're about to tell us who the champ is.
Wow. All right. Well, I mean, we've already kind of talked, up both these movies. We've explained everything and whatnot. I think ultimately, I'm thinking here.
Chippendale Rescue Ranger.
How many? Yeah, boom, throw it in there. Boom, that's the one.
Sneaky
Surprise underdog. They pop
Sneaky
out of the little
watch on
trophy
Saturday
down
night.
there. Yeah, that's actually a good. That's a fun movie. I'm gonna go with the Batman. I think the Batman just barely edging this one out. Again, Everything Everywhere All at Once, fantastic, but the Batman is one that I think 6 months, 2 years, 10 years will be one that I'm like, I need to rewatch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you're going to end up rewatching it several times. The Batman champion of something this week.
On for 3 for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer.
This is shouts out to Hannah, by the way, for submitting the Batman.
The Batman.
I feel like there's a chance we would have gotten it in there, but just do it. So Hannah, maybe we'll super juice your prize. You get more of a prize.
Super juice.
Mike's got. So he doesn't. You know what? We'll give you Mike's prize too. Hannah gets the prizes. But it was a good. It was a good pick. I think it was a good tournament. It was a lively competition, and if it reminded me about Zoe Kravitz, so gave me something to do. So that's Guys, any thoughts on the list here? Does it feel to you like, relative to other years at this point in the how do you think 2022 is stacking up? Does it feel like a light year or a heavy hitter? I'm having a hard time because there have been things coming last month or so, but I really haven't been in the theater. Not a lot of stuff has been exciting me. But the first 6-7 months of the year were insane with just good shit all the time. So I don't know. How do you think about ranking it like the last 5 years or so?
Well, you also, I think, did you purposely say light year because of light year?
Yes.
No, you didn't.
One thing I will say from the last 5 years, this might be the first time none of us, even the audience, has ever put a Marvel movie in the top 10 or top 8.
Were you intentionally about that? Or did it just not happen?
No.
Because I noticed it also, but there's no way in hell I was going to put Doctor Strange or Thor in there. I enjoyed it, but...
I was going to say I enjoyed them, but out of these movies, I mean, aside from Lightyear, maybe, like, everything else I feel like I had a way better experience with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've forgotten huge swaths of both the Marvel movies so far. Catch me at year end after Black Panther comes out, and I think, things may change, but we'll see. I know there's a lot of question marks around that one too. Coming out in November. But so far so good this year, and I think we're going to come back to this Batman thing, and like 10 years, whenever you decide to rewatch it, I think at some point in the not too distant future, there's going to be that debate. I honestly do. We'll see what they do with any sequel. That was my one complaint about the Batman is the tease is what it did to tease future stuff. I think if they just stripped all that out and made it this movie, then it would be 100 out of 100, but it's 99 because I rolled my eyes at some of the tease stuff. But worthy champion for the year so far. I know there's some good stuff coming out for the rest of the year that could challenge, but
Avatar 2, baby.
Dude, that's going to be... I think that's why the WB guys moved all their shit, right? Because I don't think you want to... It's weird. We all make fun of Avatar, but that movie is going to do insane.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. They don't even tell you what it's about in the trailer. And I'm like, I'm fucking pumped. They just
you don't need
some
to.
Cool effects.
It's blue. Yeah. It's giant blue cat people riding a pterodactyl out of the ocean with a machine gun. What else do you need?
I mean... Is that crap? If they found a way to get her
maybe she's one of the cat people. You never know.
That's true.
She's
being typecast now.
It's she's my type, so she could get cast in anything I'm watching. The Batman is our champion top movie of the year so far in our tournament of trivial topics.
A tournament of trivial topics.
Fight!
That was fun. I like when we do these movie ranks. It's fun to kind of reminisce. Some of these movies I haven't thought about. But At any rate, the tournament is behind us. Thanks for sticking with us for the technical difficulty show. We're going to start wrapping things up, but first, one more thing.
But I'm down to one more thing.
I honestly didn't think about it. Does one of you guys have one on deck? Reason to think about my one more thing today.
Yeah, I can
I know
go
you got a
first.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, I won't go too in depth with it because we're already over time and whatnot. But went down to go visit my sister in Austin. We kind of did this like makeshift kind of surprise family vacation because originally it was just gonna be my parents going down to visit her. Then I had gotten a ticket and my brother did, so it was kind of like, I don't think we'd had a family vacation aside from, a weekend in Des Moines or something like that in years. So it was kind of fun. Took them to Top Golf. They'd never been there, so it was really fun to see their kind of reaction to that. Ate way too much barbecue. Basically, it was just kind of like a food tour, essentially. But the one thing that was just a kick in the pants, my friend, our flight on Sunday. I had things to get back to and whatnot. It is like 25 minutes before we're supposed to be like on the plane. And all of a sudden you just see this sea of notifications. Canceled the flight. And I'm like, okay, I know that this airline only flies this one flight and it's Thursday and Sunday. And today is Sunday. So when the announcer got on and was like, yeah, don't worry, you can rebook. The next flight is... She probably looked at the piece of paper that they gave her, gulped because there was a pause, and she said Thursday. And everyone's like, are you... And just started freaking out. They're like, you need to go towards the exit now and get the hell out of here, basically. So it was just a mad scramble, trying to get flights, trying to figure out what's going on. Like, if I had brought a microphone or whatever, I probably could have ended up still being down there. My brother couldn't because he didn't have his computer. We just didn't want to be down there longer. Flights were going up and up and up, and it was like, days going further out. Then it's like, okay, we fly here, have a layover, fly back. It's like a 7-hour flight. We ended up renting a car and driving 14 hours straight. We left at 1 p.m. and got home at 3:30. So maybe that wasn't 14 hours, but it was... It was like fucking, there was a time where it was like me driving Eye of the Tiger, chugging Starbucks energy drinks at 1 a.m. And I'm just like, we're almost there, baby. We're almost there. It was, I'm honestly like, how you say you're jet lagged? I am displaced in time right now. I don't even know what year it is. I am still tired. Sitting in a car and driving that far. Like, we went... Not long ways, but like we went over halfway across the U.S. up and down, like north and south. Like that is cuckoo true. So, I really hope a flight isn't canceled in the future. Is what I'm saying. It wasn't
defeated.
bad, but it was not fun. Yeah, that's brutal.
Insane.
I didn't know you.
Yeah.
I figured there'd be another, like, you fly up, end up driving from somewhere else or whatever. That sucks.
No.
And you probably spent, if I have my Texas geography right, you probably spent about half that drive still in Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I got a question. Is marijuana legal in Oklahoma?
I don't think so.
Because
sure,
wherever we were driving, it looked like there was a lot of stuff in gas stations and whatnot. And I'm like, is this legal here?
Not if it's in a gas station. That's that, like, what was it called a few years ago?
Kratom.
Kratom. Damn near killed him. Except it didn't damn near kill him. It did kill him. A bunch of them.
Yeah, it did kill that
Delta
man.
8, probably Delta 8 THC or whatever that is.
Yeah. We stopped at some sketchy places, but I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things, chalk it up. It's a story. But yeah, I think everyone was happy to finally get home.
Did you do 99 bottles of beer on the wall on the way home?
No, surprisingly, it was out of the let's say 14 hours. Let's round up. Out of the 14 hours, I think probably 10 to 11 hours were kind of just quiet.
Silent?
We didn't even have the radio going. We were just sitting there.
That's funny. I do
That's-
that occasionally.
Yeah.
And some people will point, because you guys, I mean, we've been on kind of trips and traveled together. I'm very content to leave the radio off and talk, no matter how long the drive's. I go to Colorado, it's like a 12-hour drive, no songs, maybe a podcast, I don't know, and I like that, and you can keep a conversation going then. But if you do that and then there's a lull, now it's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet to put something on because it's too obvious. That's a tough spot to be in. You like driving in the silence, which I don't think a lot of people do. My girlfriend is accused me of looking like a psychopath if like we're in the car and it's silent and I'm just driving. She's like, "Do you drive like this? Because you look insane." And I guess maybe I'm insane. I don't know. But I did think of one more thing. You know what? Do your one more thing. Mine's gonna be a show and tell. Mine's gonna be a show and tell.
Exciting.
I only.
Mine is not exciting. Just I don't remember if I talked about it on the podcast or not. Cody's gone. I recently bought That 70s Show on Blu-ray, the entire series. It was, It was like half off. Literally like yesterday, I see an article posted, and it was a series of tweets done by the TikTok account, or not TikTok, Twitter account for Peacock, and it was slowly unblurring an image, and it was That 70s Show. So That 70s Show is going to be on Peacock, and I knew it. I fucking knew it as soon as it was half off on Amazon. I knew it was going to be on streaming soon.
That's probably how they were trying to, like get rid of, or not get rid of it, but like make a quick buck. The thing is, okay, I know that that's kind of like whatever, but also like you have them.
Yeah, no, I know. At the end of the day, I'm not mad about it, but at the same time, it's like, God damn it, I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my one more thing. Also, I'm excited because Kevin Smith is bringing Clerks 3 to Iowa City, so I'll get to see him soon.
Oh, nice. When's that?
November 9th or something like that. That's a weekday. If you want to come on down.
Might have to.
Come on down. I'm gonna do one more thing. I'm sure it was enlightening, Seth.
No, not really.
A little out of breath. I just had to run. I just ran up and down my stairs, and now I'm like, fuck. So, if you, for any amount of time, you likely know that I'm the biggest Rams fan that I'm aware of, and I have season tickets. Had season tickets last year. Got to go to a number of games. I got to go to the playoff games. Got to take my dad to the NFC Championship and watch the Rams win. Didn't go to the Super Bowl, but of course that was played at the home stadium there in LA. Every year, season ticket holders get a gift from the Rams, and I got mine today. So here is my season ticket member gift. So it just comes in this box, which is a dope ass box, by the way.
Donuts.
So in here, the presentation of this is so nice. So that is obviously the stadium. If you don't know, the Rams' big chant is they go, "Whose house?" And the
Whose
whole crowd
mouse?
goes, "Rams' house." And it's a play on that Rev Run, Run's house, which has become my favorite thing because now I got a house this year, so now it's Co's. But they mix it up a little bit, so it's whose house? Champ's house.
Oh, is that a hat?
Championship cap, and then this here, this.
Pubes from the urinal drain.
Yep.
That is.
Yeah, that's a lot of pubes.
It's real. It's
Pubes.
turf from the
What?
real field that
From
they
last
played
year?
that they played on last year, including the Super Bowl. So this is turf from the field that the Super Bowl was played. There's a certificate of authenticity in here.
Whoa.
And everything. So this is like,
That's your retirement.
And this is I don't know how well the color's coming through, but it's blue. So like you could find this was probably in one of the end zones. So like there's a chance that one of my favorite players might have fallen on it as they scored a touchdown. But everything about this was dope. And usually Jared's the one that gets the cool boxes of gifts from the studios, but I had to share this one. Very excited for Rams football to kick off this year. Going down in a couple weeks to watch them beat up on the Bills.
Or 8-9.
8-9. Get the fuck out of here. So that's why my one more thing. Thanks for entertaining me in a little show and tell, or humoring me. I should
Show and
say.
teasy.
I just for like half an hour today, I was just kind of touching it.
Well, I was gonna say, like, do you have, since again, you know, obviously listeners, viewers, whatever, you have a house, like, do you have like an area you're gonna set up as kind of like a Rams thing, you know, like maybe posters, pictures from, you know, memories, I guess, or whatever?
I've been thinking about that, and it's funny. I was actually just talking to my mom about this yesterday. I'm having challenges figuring out how I'm decorating the place. All these, you know, hobbies and things that I dig, and like if I do a Rams room, am I also gonna do a Spider-Man room?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna watch a lot of the Rams games in my theater. So do I put the Rams stuff, or that? Well, because then that's not gonna match for all the games. So I don't know. I think right now, potentially the garage is going to kind of be the Rams shrine, which is kind of my dad has, ever since I was 8, when the Rams won their first Super Bowl for Rams championship banner hanging in his garage. And he's brought it to each garage he's had since then. And so I got him one for either his birthday or Father's Day this year. And he sent a pic of it. They're next to each other. So I might try to mirror that and have, you know, kind of my Rams shrine, or maybe here in my office. But I got to work in here too. So it's, you know, I mean, it's, so I don't know. It's a first world problem, but I don't know what I'm going to do with all my Rams swag. I'm not quite sure yet, but it'll have a place for sure. It's all going on display. If I'm going to put the turf out though, that one might have to go in a lockbox. I'm going to have to keep that one for a long time.
Put that out in your grass in your front yard. Try and let it grow it out.
Yeah, see if it'll all turn blue.
I'm in
LA blue
folks.
grass.
I'm here in Oregon. If I leave grass unattended, there's a good chance it'll get smoked. So I gotta hold on to it and keep it somewhere safe.
Yeah, grind it up and mix it in.
Yeah, honestly,
You're thinking about it.
more conversation about that. There's quite a bit of turf. It'd probably kill me. Oregon man dies from smoking AstroTurf like dumbass. His final words were, "I'm glad this is how I'm going out." Oh, man.
And he's gone again. All right,
Oh, no.
Jared, let's wrap up the show.
All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. We will be reaching out to you fine winners with delicious prizes. What is that not the adjective I should use?
I can't promise they'll be delicious.
Okay.
But what I can tell you is we're going to send you some movie tickets. So
Yeah.
Mike, we'll be in touch, so you can let us know what theater you like to go to, and we'll hook you up with a gift certificate or some passes or tickets. Here's the one thing, because I know both of you, you can't. Seth. That's the one rule, because then we have to get into a whole thing about whether or not Seth voted Batman through because he thought he could.
Yep. Oh, it's
it's
insider
not
trading.
Get away with it. Don't let him.
Insider trading.
Popcorn that day too. I'm getting ahead of myself, but what do we have? We had rain. Actually, I have no clue what Seth was talking about, and we got plane difficulties in one more thing this week.
But I'm down to one more thing.
Hey, that's going to do it for us this week, folks. One thing before we go, a quick announcement. For those of you who are fans and are excited for Gridiron Grunts to return,
Football.
we are going to be back and better than ever 1 week from today, the 31st of August. Seth and I will be back. We'll potentially have some fun guests throughout the year. I think we'll rotate some folks in. And I think the coolest piece of news, the Gridiron Grunts is going to be a live show this season. So Wednesday nights at 6 Pacific Central. If you want to join the conversation, keep an eye out for links and things on our social media profiles. Gridiron Grunts. We're open to do a little call-in kind of stuff. Really trying to replicate a little radio or video, I guess, video/radio show. So we can talk ball all year. So keep an eye out for more of that. But 1 week from now, 8:31, that's a Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 Central. It's going to be our weekly time for Gridiron Grunts. Very stoked to talk NFL this year. So we'll see you in 7 days for that one.
7 days.
For those who haven't heard, Jared can be found in all of the places at JBuck's, as you've come used to. But also, you got a new gig. I know you've talked about it on the show, Jared. But where can the folks find you in your new spot these days?
Yeah, you can find me Heavy Spoilers, a nice, very small YouTube channel that's about to hit 1 million subscribers. I actually just got my work uniforms and stuff. They sent me a bunch of merch and whatnot, and I took photos that they had to put into videos. So yeah, it's crazy. Listen to, maybe, I don't know if you've released it, Cody, but kind of I explain what my new gig is in a little bit more depth in that. But yeah, if you want to go check out like breakdowns of Marvel movies, we're doing Game of Thrones, House of Dragon. We just got done with Better Call Saul, so we're doing a lot of stuff. So go check it out.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love it. It's a great channel. You get into a lot of depth about the stuff that, you know, if you like our show, you probably like a lot of the things that they're talking about over there. And Jared's bringing his brand of comedy to it, and it's been a good addition. So we're stoked that he's been on there. Yeah, I think it's the next episode that we'll post is the one where you talk about that. You mention it. A couple more episodes will be coming out over the next week that we've got backdated. You may have noticed we've kind of been trying to get out here. The recording of this will go out as well, and hopefully now we'll be on a pretty consistent schedule. We'll do a live show again next month, so keep an eye out for the date on that. You can put it on your calendars, and we'll keep on. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you do, if you have, share it with some friends. Help us grow the party. Cast out, of course, go to the website, Socially Constipated Pod. And where's my... And you can read all about us. Check out all the become an anchor wanker. Big shouts out to all of our anchor
Wanker.
supporting the show. We really appreciate it. Again, thanks so much for dealing with us through difficulties and a long show tonight. Really good to be back with y'all, and had a lot of fun having this conversation about our top movies this year. So we're going to wrap it up there. For Jared Buck and Seth Ott, I've been Cody Michael, and we will see you next time.
Bye.